Hello, Mr. Chansiri. This is Rob Staten from the BBC. Mr. Chansiri, do you take full responsibility for the situation that led to the club receiving a points deduction?
Of course, I'm the owner of this club. I need to responsibility everything happened to this club anyway. No excuse. Whatever happened, I need to responsibility. Yeah.
After a transfer embargo, the sale of Hillsborough Stadium and a points deduction, how do you feel about your track record as chairman?
What do you mean about my track record?
A transfer embargo, the sale of the stadium and a points deduction are things that have had supporters concerned. How do you feel about the job that you have done as chairman?
That's what I try my best, because at the beginning, since I'm here almost 6 years ago, I know at the beginning, and I always keep saying to the fan, to the media, of course, it's not just only Sheffield Wednesday, every club. If they still keep spending, they keep in championship, one day they're gonna get break FFP anyway, except you're not gonna spend like before. Even you not spend, you still lose 6, 7, 10 million every year, right? So no one gonna do that. That's mean you need to try to leave this league as soon as possible. That's what we everyone know, because the revenue and the cost is not balanced, right? When people or EFL try to say sustainable, it's easy to say this word, but realistic is impossible. You can compare with even small cup. You can see even small cup, they don't spend any money. They go up to championship, then they go down to League One, whatever. They spend less, but they still lose every year. What it means sustainable? Because our reward just a few million, right? Compare with expense. If the media or whoever asks why you need to spend that much, I can say, of course, we don't want, and no one wants to spend a lot of money, but you need to spend to survive and have a chance to go up. If you not spend, you have more chance to relegate. And why say you need to spend a lot? I don't want to spend a lot, but because of the business, it's like this. How can we do? Example, my first year, we can buy defensive less than 2 million for sure. Second year, no less than 5 million. Everything double. All the wages increase double, increase all the time. If you're gonna take a player from Premier League or whatever, they're gonna ask you high, right? But if you say, then don't take it. If you don't train, you cannot get the player, right? So that means you need to train, right? It's no choice. You don't have much choice to choose, right? You need to choose. You're gonna do, you're not gonna do. If you choose, okay, I'm not gonna spend. Just use our academy example. Then you have a chance, more chance to relegate or whatever. But if you choose to spend, of course, you can win, you can lose, right? Some people say it's a gamble. I don't want to say it's a gamble. I think it's the way to do business anyway. You need to choose which way, and you can succeed and you cannot succeed. That's what I try to say. In football, it means 0 and 100. It's not gonna say 60% success. Okay, example, my first year, we almost done, just 17 minutes. If normal business, we can say, oh, we success 90%. But in football, it means 0 if you not go up, right? So
could you argue, maybe with hindsight, would you have been better off selling players to raise money to perhaps avoid this situation and refreshing the squad a little bit in the process as well?
Okay, if you ask me about hindsight, I want to say one thing. Okay, when people try to talk a lot about Fernando in the past, I already explained a few times, but media, even the fan, not try to listen what I try to explain. At that time, a few years ago, I need to choose I gonna sell Fernando or I gonna keep him. If I sell him or another player and then we can recover FFP, it's good. But if we sell them and we cannot recover FFP, then maybe we have more trouble. Because if you break FFP, then you cannot bring any player, maybe more worse, right? So at that time, it doesn't mean I don't want to sell. At that time, I try to sell couple of players, which gonna cover FFP. But at the end, we can do just one, right? Then it's not covered. So I make decision to keep because if we break FFP, then we cannot recruit any good player. So maybe more trouble in the future. So better keep, right? And at that time, I also think about Fernando maybe can do better. But if you ask me hindsight, I just feel sorry to myself. I should sell him at that time because he do nothing. He don't know what we held him, right? So, but even I sell him, and if we break FFP, we still have trouble. That's why I make decision not sell. But if you ask me about selling the player, as the media say, or the fan mourning a lot, in my time, I'm not selling the player. I want to say, past 10 or 20 years, Sheffield Wednesday, I see the record. Average, you sell just one player. Average. I believe in my time, I sell, minimum, average, one player or maybe more, and also get more money than before. But people say, oh, you don't sell. Like I said, when I don't sell, you and easy to hindsight and blame me. But if you remember first year, many people tell me, don't sell Fernando, don't sell that, don't sell this. Please don't sell, right? Yeah. If you ask me about hindsight, I have many things to talk, not just about sell. But
Understood.
I don't really want to talk, otherwise it's gonna be go too far.
It's understood.
Right?
Understood. Can I ask you about this issue? Can you explain the reason for placing a charge on Hillsborough Stadium in order to secure borrowing? And are there cash issues that supporters should know about?
Which one? About the chart?
A charge on Hillsborough Stadium,
right?
in order to secure borrowing against the stadium. Are there
You mean
cash issues?
about the chart last month, right? Right, Trevor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I like to say this, but I don't want to say too much, okay? Actually, this company, we owe them before my time. Okay, we owe them before my time. Actually, maybe my fault. I don't know that. I know when I'm in, we owe them. And normally, so I just keep that, just pay interest for them until we have enough money, then we will pay them back. That means I never spend this money. I never use this money. And then from last season, when we start to have problem with EFL about deduction, about disciplinary, so they scare. Okay, if something happened to us, then the club don't have ability to pay them back. So they ask me more about security. Okay, that is a start to have issue.
You've resisted appointing a chief executive or a footballing director. Isn't the appointment of someone to one of those roles overdue?
For what?
To come in and help run the club.
Help run the club? Actually, I already answered this question in Q&A with Dom. I already answered, if you read that, about why I don't have a director of football, why I don't have new CEO. Okay, if you read, then you
could you give us a little bit of insight today?
Insight? let me
Can you
see what I
explain it?
answer. Okay, okay. Actually, I don't want to answer what I already answered, but okay, I will show a little bit, and then I will say a little bit more from that. I would like to ask anyone who has this question, what is the perception of a director of football or sporting director in your view? A lot say a director of football would plan and control the player recruitment, but a lot say the manager should always have the final say, which is a direct contrast. The way we operate is that the manager has the final say on which players he wants, and I believe this is the correct way. If a director of football insists on bringing in a player the manager doesn't want, that is sure to create a problem. So I think this depends on policy. My policy is that I do not believe in a director of football position. I believe in the team. So we have a team that equal a director of football or sporting director. I have explained how the recruitment work at our club. It is a collective from our team, and I make the final decision financially as chairman. To involve one director of football in that process above the manager is not my policy, as I believe the manager should decide who he wants to recruit. The manager work with the player every day and pick the team every week. So I believe the responsibility is his. Most clubs do not have a director of football, and today it is not a role I will pursue. That's what I answered at that
Yeah.
time.
Can I ask specifically about a chief executive then? You know, that's a role that you've had in the past. You've had people in that,
Okay.
that kind of role.
Okay. I will answer what I answered Q&A from Dom first, and then I will talk a little bit more in detail for you. Okay. The CAF have not had a CEO since Catherine Meir left in February 2019. Why have you not brought a replace in? I have a very strong and experienced senior management team in place. So you could say I have a team of CEO. My team have many years experience in football. They manage their own department throughout the club on a day-to-day basis. Each department feeds into the other in the professional way a business should operate. We have vastly experienced head of each department. We have people who have been working at Wednesday for many years who know our club inside out. They are valuable to me and valuable to Sheffield Wednesday. My senior management team bring a lot to our club, and I am there to support when necessary. My people tell me that it is still said that I have no football professional around me. Do you really think I would own a football club for 5 years, especially a club the size of Wednesday, and have no experienced football people in my team? So I would say it also depends what your definition is of a CEO. I have had time with a CEO and without a CEO, and on the overall balance. Today, I am comfortable with the current organizational structure. This situation may change as the football business is like any other that constantly evolves. I may bring someone in the future, but if we do, it has to be the right person who can enhance the club, drive revenue, and help the business side to build strong foundation. I want to expand a little bit more. I'm not sure in UK you do the same or not, especially in Asia or even my country. We also have we also have duty for both position between the president or chairman with CEO. My position in my country, some company I act as a chairman, some company I act as a CEO, some company I act CEO and chairman both. That is general and normal in my country or even in Asia. And I think maybe some in UK also. And as I already explained, if we have CEO, mainly for me, whoever gonna come to be CEO, mainly they need to know how to generate money to help the club, right? If you say, oh, it's not correct, all CEO know football. Are you sure all CEO know football? Right? Even some in football 15, 20 years, it doesn't mean they know football. They just do like a general management, look after all manager, right? But for me, it must be priority in generate revenue. Because we also have another part, uh, uh, like a football part, the same as a Premier League, some club you can see they have CEO to generate money, and they also have someone to look after football. That means they separate totally, right? They not do because they know CEO don't know everything, and sometimes I'm not there gonna say sometimes they not really know football, but people think they know football, right?
You could argue the role of a chief executive sometimes at a football club is also to just help with that day-to-day operation. It is to support, it is to delegate duties to that chief executive as well.
I like to tell you, normally CEO, they also delegate the job to manager, right? So that means our senior management, they also have that duty. That means I already delegate the job to them. The same. Because why I say this? Example, because some CEO just delegate to manager and they know nothing. If you want to know anything, they need to go and ask manager. Then you have CEO for what? Nothing, right? So that means the real worker is a manager, not CEO. CEO just manage, and they need to think about strategy, how to generate money. That is more important, right? Because you have example, media side. We have the best media here. What CEO gonna help him, right? You need to listen from him. So it's same. That means the club already delegate the job to all senior management. The same like operation manager, Richard Stanford. He expert about operation, right? So we delegate to him. What CEO know about how to operate? Nothing. You know how to cut the grass? Nothing. So that means we already delegate, and all our management, we can we can say we have all CEO anyway, and our management, last 2 years, I just let them take the course, leadership course. So because I told everyone I want our management, even assistant or deputy, to be all CEO, right? So I'm not sure the definition of CEO. Different people is different.
Okay.
Like examples in my country, I also be some company. I also be CEO and president, right? Some I be CEO, some I be president. It's nothing wrong because we have our people to do their daily job anyway. That's what I try to explain.
Okay. There's a couple of quick other topics I want to touch on before moving on and letting somebody else talk. Going back to Garry Monk, his record as manager this year is 7 league wins in 31 games. A lot of fans have lost confidence in him, and they want to know specifically why you haven't made a change.
I like to say this. When you say a 30-something game, actually you cannot mix 2 seasons together, because when one season finish, it means finished. You cannot count. Even you be finish third. When you come next season, you still start from zero, the same. Then you cannot mix together, right? I always say to the media and to all the fans, one thing I always say, it's easy to 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 make decision or say anything without responsibility, right? It's easy to say, oh, not good, sack, and bring that, bring this. You can see from the past when media or the fans say about some management, some manager, we should bring that, bring this. You can see some manager go another cup, also not success, right? If we bring them and then not success again, then who you gonna blame? You gonna blame me. The same like I said before, I talked to the fan, who you want to bring him. I don't know. I just want you to sack. You ask your advisor. Because sometimes it's easy. That's why I always say, no one dare to ask me to sack all the players because it's too many. It's easy way to sack is a manager. But sometimes it's not 100% manager fault. Sometimes player fault. Sometimes both fault. But for me, on the pitch, I think it's a more fault from player because on the pitch, the manager cannot do anything. Example, if the manager say attacking, but you not attack, you keep defend, what he can do, right? And it's easy to say sack the manager. You need to think, okay, if you really want to sack the manager, who you gonna bring in? Who is fit to your team? Who want to come? And who available? It's not easy to do that, right? It's because you can see some manager do good in one cup and then move to another cup and fail. Some fail to another cup, move to another cup and do good. We cannot compare like a general business. In football, it's different, right? I think all manager they have ability. They know how to manage, but it's also depend on luck and depend on situation, many things.
Okay.
I think it's involved with many things. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you. Just final question, and then I'll let somebody else have a go. There are fans who are concerned about the direction of the club, no longer owning the stadium. You're currently bottom of the table because of the points deduction. Some have even said that they've become disillusioned. How are you going to reassure those supporters today?
Actually, I already answered before also in a Q&A, but I tell you one more thing. What the fan scared? You scared you don't have a stadium. The stadium is still belong to me. What you mean you don't have? But if you want to talk about realistic, right? The fan not own stadium, never own stadium anywhere. From 100 years or whatever, right? It's belong to the owner. And stadium now is still belong to me. What you scared? That's what I want to know. And another point, if you really scared, what are you doing to make you not scared? I didn't see anything. I didn't see you try to do anything. I didn't mean all the fan, right? I mean minority fan. You still try to negative. You still try to damage the cup. And what you mean you scared? What you mean you scared? I do this because to help the cup. Don't have the trouble. FFP, whatever. That's why I try to do that. Otherwise, I don't need to do that. Why I need to do that? Everything I try to do, that means I try to do my best for this cup. And minority fan, what are they doing? Besides mourning or always negative, right? But majority fan is still amazing fan, right? They still support the fan, right? It's amazing. Majority, the fan, amazing fan, just a minority. I tell you one thing. Example, I want to say if you don't hail the cup or you don't like me, it's fine. But don't damage the cup. The one you try to say you love the cup, but you try to damage. Before COVID, I have deal one sponsor, very big one. It's gonna be very big for this cup. Never happened before. Almost finished, right? It's 8 to 9 figure, okay? It depends what we're gonna finish. Almost finished. They almost principal agree with me, but their team go and find information in social media, and they come back to me, hey, why in social media all negative to you, to the cup? I say this is minor. They say I don't believe it. If it's minor, why no one say good? At the end, they refuse me, make me very upset. And when I say this, all the fan, minority, gonna say, oh, I blame the fan. I'm not blame the fan, but it's the fact. It's the fact, right? I talk with the big one. They already agree with me in principle. I try to bring money to support the cup. But if you don't support, then don't damage. Keep quiet, right? But majority of the fans still amazing fan, right? Just a little. Sometimes I talk to some fan, I say, I understand you support the club, you support me. But sometimes you need to come out to say something. If you keep quiet, then people outside, they will think minority, negative one, is a big voice, right? And they don't know, they damage the cup and make me more difficult. I try to help, I try to solve the problem with this cup. But how to say, if outside dig to me, it's okay. But inside, our fan, our people still do to me, then it's more difficult for me. Sometimes make me tired. Sometimes make me, oh, I should not do anymore because I try to do, but no one try to help.
Can I just clarify that? Are you claiming that negative social media conversations cost the club a major sponsorship deal?
Yes. Last when I talk, because they come out to talk about disciplinary, about deduct point, about this, and say I should leave, I should that, I whatever, right? Then there's the one who agree with me in principle. They think, oh, it's not good for them if they come to this club and the owner people don't like, and how can they make them good PR or something like that. That's what actually I don't want to say this, because if you say outside in your radio Sheffield, whatever, then the fan gonna say, oh, chairman mourn the fan. And I'm not born, I'm not blamed, but it's the fact. But it's just minor. You can see my people say, even sometimes we have a positive thing, some negative still try to say negative. Or sometimes when we have positive thing, no one talk, no negative outside. But if a little bit negative, oh, a lot. So I don't understand our fan, how you say you love the cup, how you say you good supporter, right? You hate me, it's fine. The same like you say the fans care about a stadium not belong to them. Why don't you make as a group and buy me out? Not buy me out, buy the stadium to belong to you and let me rent from you. Then you don't need to worry. You don't have stadium, right? Why don't you do that, right? Because some negative is easy to say. Even someone, my people say, don't show the face, don't show the real name. And then many people believe them. And someone try to call themselves expert. Even, I don't know, they're really expert or not. They don't know everything, but people try to believe. But when the cup say the truth, you don't try to believe what the cup say.